On the links where Bobby Jones and Walter Hagen claim the Open Championship. Woods shares the landscape and marks it as his own. The champion golfer for a year like no other.
What a day. In the back page of the New York Post, the sports page has the headline, "One for Dad." And there you see the moment of celebration and then the emotional moment with his wife there.
And apparently the number 2, Chris DeMarco, lost his mother just 2 weeks ago. So it is a very cool sport, but underneath all of that calmness, a lot of emotion going on.
And they had shared a moment beforehand, a moment of condolence, each knowing what the other had gone through in this last year.
Yeah.
And when we come back, well, another sports drama of sorts unfolding.
The Tour de France. You're watching World News Now.
ABC's World News Now will continue after this from our ABC stations.
It's that busy time of year again. Christmas in July, of course. At Furniture Row, Christmas comes but twice a year, which means for a limited time, we're offering no payments and no interest until 2008. Plus, every customer who visits one of our specialty stores will receive an extra Christmas in July discount on top of our already guaranteed lowest prices. It's all part of Furniture Row Outlet's Christmas in July event. Dash right in. Our no payments and no interest until 2008 offer ends soon.
What does Papa John's deliver? We deliver a great tasting pizza that's hot and ready to eat. We deliver quality you can taste. We deliver real meat toppings. And we deliver unique specialty pizzas that always arrive baked to perfection.
There are 2 Papas in town. This one delivers.
Call now or order online at papajohns.com.
Right now, get any large Papa John's specialty pizza for $11.99. That's a large specialty pizza, only $11.99.
This week, for one morning only, Robin Roberts trades in her job and takes a walk on the wild side, spending the dog days of summer where you'd least expect. This week, be there as we throw Robin Roberts to the dogs. So what's she doing? You just have to see this Good Morning America job swap.
How do you explain the unexplainable? Wednesdays at 10 this summer, ABC's Primetime will. Now, go inside real medical mysteries. Cases so extraordinary, they leave even doctors scratching their heads. And solve a mystery yourself when Primetime lets you be the doctor. Watch real patients tell you their symptoms. Then give Primetime your own diagnosis live and online. Medical Mysteries, coming Wednesdays at 10 this summer, only on ABC.
Coming up here later this morning on Good Morning America, for the upcoming 25th anniversary of Princess Diana's wedding, we will hear from the creator of her wedding dress. And we'll also meet the 5-year-old Massachusetts boy who jumped into a swimming pool to save his grandfather's life. A little hero. Well, this morning, an American in Paris and a surprise victory lap. Yesterday, Floyd Landis pedaled the final stretch of the Tour de France, coming in the winner just after just about everyone said he'd never do it. ABC's Nick Watt reports now from the finish line.
He was sipping champagne on the way into Paris. The Tour de France already in the bag.
Thank you, everybody who kept believing, most of all my team, when things weren't going so well.
Things weren't going so well Wednesday. A disaster in the Alps, and Landis slipped to 11th place. Then Thursday, he blew the field away, and he secured an unassailable lead. So the final stage is more of a victory parade than a race, a celebration for Floyd Landis and a celebration for the other 139 riders for just making it to the end of this most grueling race. Incredibly, it's a race Landis won with a beat-up hip. In a few weeks, he'll be in the operating room getting that hip replaced.
And you saw a guy that just does not know the word quit, does not know the word lose.
Can he be the next Lance?
I don't think he wants to be the next Lance. He wants to be the first Floyd Landis.
Lance Armstrong won the last 7 tours, the most wins in the 103-year history of this fabled event.
Are the French getting a little bit sick of seeing Americans win this race?
I hope so. It's just tough noogies.
And Landis plans to be back here next year after that surgery, determined they'll be playing the Star-Spangled Banner on the Champs-Élysées once again. Nick Watt, ABC News, Paris.
I love that line from his coach. He doesn't want to be the next Lance. He wants to be the first Floyd Landis.
There you go. And hopefully he'll take victory again. And when we come back, we'll have more on that now famously injured right hip of Floyd Landis when we return.
You're watching World News Now in stereo.
There are so many aches and pains that keep you from getting a full night's sleep. But starting tonight, there's a new PM that has them covered. Introducing new Advil PM, the first and only PM with Advil. Now get multi-pain relieving power plus a non-habit-forming sleep aid to gently ease you to sleep. Nothing's proven better on tough pain than Advil. When aches and pains keep you up, there's new Advil PM. Stop hurting and start sleeping.
Free? Free?
You're giving it away free. Hi, I'm Rob Graham, the president of Vital Basics, and I want to give you a bottle of Focus Factor, one of our best-selling supplements, absolutely free. Why would we give away a free bottle of Focus Factor? Because we know that if you try it, you'll buy it. Focus Factor contains nutrients that work with your natural brain chemistry to support focus, concentration, and memory.
Focus Factor is now available at Walgreens and CVS Pharmacy, but if you call now, you can try it free.
Simply call the number on the bottom of your screen, and we'll send you a full-size bottle of Focus Factor, a $75 value, absolutely free. You simply provide $4.95 to help cover the cost of shipping.
They let you try it free? It must be good.
You know, I've been taking Focus Factor since we introduced it over 2.5 years ago, and I wouldn't work a day without it.
Buy it at Walgreens and CVS Pharmacy, or call now and try it free. Call 1-800-338-0034.
When something is real, you know it.
Like the real thing, baby.
Introducing new Just for Men. Its new True Color formula targets only gray. Easy as shampooing for a natural look that is real. Real to the eye, real to the touch. Real where it counts. New True Color Just for Men.
Well, I can't walk.
I can walk, but not very far.
I can't even stand anymore.
And it gave me no freedom.
If you or a loved one suffer from limited mobility, we have incredible news. Now you may qualify for your very own new Invacare power chair or scooter at little or no cost to you. Call Mobility Products Unlimited right now to begin your free pre-qualification process. Invacare's powered mobility products are comfortable, stylish, easy to maneuver, and go anywhere.
It's given me freedom to go places I want to go and do things that I want to do.
So pick up the phone and call Mobility Products right now, risk-free. Their friendly specialists handle all the paperwork and make it fast and easy to begin the pre-qualification process for your very own Invacare power chair or scooter. You could get yours within just days. There's no pressure, no obligation, no cost for the call, and your satisfaction is guaranteed.
So if you're stuck at home, call 1-800-972-2110 right now. Friendly mobility specialists are standing by.
The talk of exercise releasing endorphins that make the mind and body feel great, some of the world's greatest athletes admit their quest to be the best can feel more like physical torture. Floyd Landis' win at the Tour de France is just one example of how far some will push their bodies. ABC's Bill Weir has more in this GMA playback segment.
It is a bike ride over the equivalent of 3 Mount Everests. It's like running a marathon a day for 20 straight days. It is the epitome of prolonged physical agony. But for this American, the Tour is just a slice of his daily pain. You see, on a bike, Floyd Landis can climb the Alps with the best of them, but on his feet, he can barely climb stairs.
He couldn't possibly run across this room. He has trouble crossing his right leg over his left.
Landis has osteonecrosis. Not enough blood gets into his right hip, so the ball of that joint is shriveled like a hunk of rotting driftwood. Those who have it describe the hurt as bone-crunching bone mixed with electric shocks. Medical science can't explain how these athletes manage the anguish. They may feel pain entirely differently than the rest of us, or they simply redefine it. Landis is just the latest example of a cyclist turning suffering into speed. 2 years after a hunting accident, Greg LeMond won the Tour with 37 shotgun pellets still lodged in his body. And the icon of the sport, Lance Armstrong, didn't win his 7 tours until after an excruciating battle with cancer, a trial that rebuilt his body and mind. Cycling is so hard, the suffering is so intense that it's absolutely cleansing, he wrote in his autobiography. I didn't ride for pleasure, I did it for pain.
So what we see in the Tour de France is sort of a grand experiment to see how far human willpower can go.
I am convinced, by the way, that was Bill Weir of Good Morning America Weekend. I'm convinced that these athletes who perform this way, they're just hardwired differently than the rest of us.
Absolutely, and once they prove to themselves that they can get over a physical setback, like Lance Armstrong and Floyd Landis, I think anything else is easy in comparison.
Right, and that's almost part of the challenge for them. Whenever their body seems to want to defy what it is they set out to do, they even have more drive to do it. I remember, wasn't it Michael Jordan who had one of his better games with 103-degree temperature and, you know me and my sports knowledge. But I just remember such a game and thinking to myself, here's this guy going out there, really sick. The rest of us would be in bed.
Like me.
There you have it.
Anyway, that's the news for this half hour.
Coming up, more news from ABC.
Turn to K2 News This Morning, weekdays from 5 to 7 a.m. K2 News This Morning, bringing you up to speed with the latest news and information, plus live roving reports taking you to the scene, featuring K2 Storm Alert weather, keeping your family safe and prepared for severe weather conditions, plus exclusive Beat the Traffic updates, getting you on your way faster. So make your first choice today your best choice. K2 News This Morning, weekday mornings from 5 to 7 a.m., only on K2, the spirit of the Northwest.
Next, Martha. Aretha Franklin. She'll make you feel like singing. And she's a natural in the kitchen.
This is called He's Coming Back Later, Don't Worry About It.
Plus,
Sexy actor.
You only say that because it's true.
Dude Ray Scott steams up Martha's Kitchen when Martha's Cooking School continues. Next, Martha.
Today at 11 on K2, the spirit of the Northwest.
Your commute just got easier with K2 Beat the Traffic, weekday mornings on K2 News. Get exclusive up-to-the-minute traffic conditions, see where traffic is slowing down, and find your best route, all before you step out the door. K2 Beat the Traffic can even forecast the worst days and times to drive. Make your commute easier with K2 Beat the Traffic, weekday mornings from 5 to 7 on K2 News. Plus updates during Good Morning America. Beat the Traffic is brought to you by Town and Country Dealerships. Drive home happy.
Do you have enough homeowners insurance? Find out today at 9.
It's Monday morning, the beginning of a big week for Middle East diplomacy. Condoleezza Rice heads to the region while Iraq's prime minister is set to visit the White House.
From ABC News World Headquarters in New York, this is World News Now.
And in addition to, I should say, the ongoing conflict between Lebanon and Israel, death toll has risen in Iraq as well. Car bombings over the weekend, so we'll have more on that story.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. I'm Ron Corning along with Ty Hernandez. Good to see you again. Well, here we are, rested and ready to go. Also ahead here this half hour, life on Easy Street, driving hands-free. It might not just be science fiction anymore. And it is Back to the Future at the movies. We'll tell you why 3D is in again.
But we begin in the Middle East. The fighting between Israel and Hezbollah enters its 13th day, and here's the latest. Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice will be on the ground in Jerusalem today. Rice says there's an urgent need for a ceasefire in southern Lebanon, but the conditions must be right. The UN's Emergency Relief Coordinator is calling for an immediate end to the violence to let aid reach the hardest hit areas. Jan Egeland was in Beirut delivering some aid and touring hospitals. Meanwhile, Israeli warplanes continue to pound Lebanon. At least 8 civilians were killed and 100 wounded yesterday. But Israel did open the door for an end to its campaign by saying it would accept an international force along the border. And Hezbollah fired dozens more rockets into northern Israel on Sunday. At least 2 civilians were killed and 50 people wounded. Let's get more now on the Bush administration's attempt at diplomacy in the Middle East. ABC's Sonia Crawford joins us now from Washington. Good morning, Sonia.
Good morning, Taina. Well, as you mentioned, Secretary Rice is on her way to the Middle East, hoping to figure out a sustainable end to the violence. It's a daunting task, but one she says she's committed to achieving. Secretary Rice discussed diplomatic strategy with President Bush and Saudi officials before she left for the Middle East. The Saudis are calling for an immediate ceasefire, but the Bush administration says conditions have to be right.
A ceasefire is sustainable only if we get at the root problem, which is Hezbollah, a terrorist organization that has kidnapped Israeli soldiers and sent rockets into civilian areas in the sovereign territory of Israel.
In the meantime, Israel is trying to weaken Hezbollah by going after its infrastructure, weapons, and leaders. As civilian casualties mount and the Lebanese government stands by helpless, the international community's patience is wearing thin.
It seems to me an excessive use of force in an area with so many civilians. If it's an excessive use of force, that makes it a war crime. It makes it a violation of humanitarian law. What we do not know, I mean, we're humanitarians, is what was between these buildings of military targets, but it seems excessive.
Israel is signaling its bombing campaign may be coming to an end, but not before Secretary Rice meets with world leaders concerned about the conflict.
I know that there are no answers that are easy, nor are there any quick fixes. I fully expect that the diplomatic work for peace will be difficult.
Syria, one of Hezbollah's backers, says it's ready to talk to the U.S., but the Bush administration isn't putting much stock in the offer.
Syria doesn't need dialogue to know what they need to do.
When it comes to the Middle East, everything seems interrelated. Syria and Iran have a stake in Shia militancy, a weak Lebanese government, and keeping the world's attention away from their own issues, like Iran's nuclear ambitions. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict is a complicating factor as well, and even the Iraqi prime minister is concerned about the bombing campaign's impact on his country. He'll meet with British Prime Minister Tony Blair today and President Bush tomorrow. Taina?
Thank you, Sonia. ABC Sonia Crawford in Washington.
Bombings in Iraq killed more than 60 people yesterday. A suicide car bomber at a market killed at least 34 people in Baghdad. And in the northern city of Kirkuk, a car bomb detonated near a courthouse, killing 20 people and wounding more than 150. Bombs are also exploding in massive piles of garbage in the streets of Baghdad. We get more on that this morning from ABC's Terry McCarthy.
Garbage collection is a tough job anywhere in the world. In Baghdad, it can be deadly. In the last year, 350 garbage collectors have been killed. Insurgents often use trash heaps to hide roadside bombs. The collectors face a double jeopardy. Some are killed by setting off the bombs. Others are shot for informing the police when they find an explosive device. I worked in Amaria in western Baghdad, says this man. A group of gunmen shot dead one of the workers with me. Gunmen would open fire at our vehicles without warning, he says. Baghdad has 5 million people and produces 5,000 tons of garbage a day. The city now has only 350 men gathering up the trash. There were 1,000 under Saddam Hussein. With an average of one collector being killed every day, recruitment is not easy. Naim Aboud is in charge of the city's garbage collection. Baghdad municipal workers have the third highest casualty numbers after the army and the police, he says. We're suffering a severe shortage. Baghdad has been a violent city for some time, but the problems facing garbage collectors picking up this trash is also making it rather smelly, particularly in summer, when temperatures in Baghdad can reach 130 degrees. U.S. troops have been providing some security and logistical help for a joint cleanup initiative called Operation Baghdad is Beautiful. It has had some effect in the city center, but the growing violence means many neighborhoods are too dangerous to enter. Residents there cope as best they can, burning the garbage in bonfires. The city is choking on its own waste. Terry McCarthy, ABC News, Baghdad.
In our news notes this morning, Tiger Woods is back. He broke down in tears on the 18th green when he realized he had won his first major title since his father's death in May. Woods won the 135th British Open with a late charge, beating Chris DiMarco by 2 shots. It was Tiger's second straight British Open title and his third overall. American Floyd Landis continued America's winning ways at the Tour de France. He joins Lance Armstrong and Greg LeMond as the three Americans to win the world's most famous bicycle race. Denny Hamlin is now in the NASCAR racing chase for the Nextel Cup with a victory in the Pennsylvania 500 at the Pocono International Raceway. And James Blake came back from a first-set loss to beat Andy Roddick in 3 sets and win the RCA Championships at Indianapolis.
Now the moment you've been waiting for. The new Miss Universe is Miss Puerto Rico. 18-year-old Zuleika Rivera Mendoza was crowned as the 55th Miss Universe last night in Los Angeles. She hopes someday to star in U.S. and Latin American films. Miss USA Tara Conner was the 4th runner-up. Donald Trump was there in the audience because, of course, he owns this pageant.
That's right. And didn't they move the pageant from Atlantic City?
Well, yes, and you know all of this from your time as Miss Universe back in '99.
Oh, why, thank you, Ron. I thought you'd never mention that. No,
You're
he's just kidding.
Miss World News Now.
There you go.
Yeah, that's
why
the
not?
title.
There
All
should
right.
be such a category.
Coming up here this morning on World News Now.
If you're looking for a great deal on vacation, how about Israel or Lebanon? Sound crazy? Well, not to everyone. Plus, redefining hands-free when it comes to driving. It is not just for cell phones anymore. And as we take a break, let's have a look at weather.
World News Now weather, brought to you by Ambien CR.
But I don't care for sugar, honey. My name is Sarah. I've had a sleep problem. Actually, different problems. Sometimes I couldn't fall asleep, or I'd fall asleep and I couldn't stay asleep. My doctor suggested that I try Ambien CR, the latest Ambien. It does both. Helps me fall asleep and stay asleep. It's the only one with 2 layers. One dissolves quickly to help you fall asleep fast. The other dissolves slowly to help you stay asleep. A good night's sleep makes a big difference.
Ambien CR is a treatment option you and your doctor can consider along with lifestyle changes and can be taken for as long as your doctor recommends. Until you know how Ambien CR will affect you, you shouldn't drive or operate machinery. Be sure you're able to devote 7 to 8 hours to sleep before being active again. Side effects may include next-day drowsiness, dizziness, and headache. It's non-narcotic. However, like most sleep medicines, it has some risk of dependency. Don't take it with alcohol.
Falling asleep and staying asleep. Both problems handled.
Ask your doctor about Ambien CR. Remember, that's CR for a good night's sleep from start to finish.
Hi, I'm John Scherer, CEO and founder of Video Professor. Now, I know many of you have seen me for years on TV offering my free computer learning lessons on CD-ROM. And I know you need to have computer skills.
I would feel less stressed if I knew computers.
You've seen the great things many of my 5 million customers have had to say about my product.
Video Professor. That's the way to go.
I would definitely choose the Video Professor.
You've seen how easy it is to learn with Video Professor. You just pop in the disc and follow the simple step-by-step instructions. You know, the lesson plays right on your computer screen, and it works just like a VCR. It's so simple, anyone can do it. You've seen all this. You need the computer skills, but you still haven't called me to take advantage of my free computer learning CD offer. Now, is it because I'm making this offer on TV? Well, you know, I can't find a store that'll let me give these CDs away free, so TV's about the only way I can get my free offer to you. Or maybe you haven't called because you don't believe that Video Professor really is free. Well, let me assure you that it is real, and it's free, and it's a complete 1-hour lesson. And I give it away on TV free because I know that once you try my product, you'll come back to us for all your computer learning needs. You just pay a small shipping and processing charge, and I'll even refund that if you're not 100% satisfied. So before you say there's no way I'm ordering off TV, ask yourself, do you need the computer skills that I'm giving away free? If the answer is yes, then pick up the phone, call, and try any one of my products. Hey, it's a TV offer, but it's better than any offer in any store anywhere. So try my product.
Call Video Professor now for your free lesson. Call now and this free gift will be yours. The Anytime Organizer is the calendar, diary, address book, and journal on your PC. Remember, you must call now to get your free CD and the extra free gift.
Call 1-800-905-2128.
Welcome back, everyone. Parts of the Middle East had been making major headway in the way of tourism. Well, now with the escalating violence, the region risks losing millions of dollars. But others are willing to risk their own safety for a great travel deal. So is it worth it? Here's ABC's Ron Claiborne with this GMA playback segment.
Who would put themselves in the middle of this? As thousands of Americans in Lebanon learned this week, a war zone is not where you want to be. The conflict between Israel and Hezbollah militias in Lebanon has all but wiped out tourism in both countries. Nearly 2 million visitors spending $2 billion were expected in Lebanon this year. The fighting has killed tourism there. Israel was on track for a record 3 million foreign visitors until now. And yet, almost incredibly, some people are still going to Israel.
Our original plan for next weekend was to go to Hawaii.
Stuart Katz is one of them.
One of the motivating factors for us to go is to go and stand with the people of Israel in Israel.
Katz is a managing director for Israel Airlines, which flies between New York and Tel Aviv. Israel has slashed fares to entice Americans to visit.
That has stimulated the market, not only with bookings, but it has people talking that, you know what, it's okay to go.
But the U.S. State Department is warning Americans not to travel to either Israel or Lebanon. The long-term effects of a war or terrorist attack on tourism can vary wildly. Tourism to Spain fell after the 2005 Madrid bombing, but recovered in a matter of weeks. The same thing happened after the London subway bombings last year. Foreigners lured by dirt-cheap airfares and hotel rates have returned to Bali following the 2002 terrorist attacks, but to nowhere near previous levels. Kevin Doyle of Condé Nast Traveler says Israel will bounce back once the current conflict is over.
They may avoid buses, they may avoid nightclubs, but they will go to stay in resorts where they know that there is security and to see the historic sites where they feel safe.
It may be harder for Lebanon to recover. Beirut had finally made it back as a major tourist destination following a 15-year civil war. Now much of the country is in ruins all over again.
It is a personal decision deciding how much risk you want to take and making sure you get the right opinion to assess the risk.
Absolutely, and saving money not necessarily good enough reason when things are very dangerous right now.
Yeah,
we'll see.
Certainly people will err on the side of caution. We'll have more news coming up.
ABC's World News Now will continue after this from our ABC stations.
Welcome to Team Extensions, a full-service salon that specializes in hair extensions and hair replacement.
Team Extensions specialize in individual hair needs to help you achieve a new fullness and length.
Well, I have mild nutritional hair loss that I've been working with my doctor on. I'm very happy to find Linda. She's given me renewed confidence.
Call Team Extensions today for a free consultation.
Hi, I'm Linda Cook. Come on in so we can give you the hair you've always dreamed of.
The music timeless. The names legendary. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, Freedom of Speech, 06. Friday, July 28th, the amphitheater at Clark County. David Crosby, Stephen Stills, Graham Nash, and Neil Young. Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young. Reserve seats are on sale now at all Ticketmaster outlets or online at livenation.com. Brought to you by Live Nation.
Welcome back. I'm Sonia Crawford in Washington. Time now for some overseas news, and for that we turn to Declan Curry of the BBC in London. Good morning, Declan. What's in the headlines in London today?
Sonia, good morning to you from here in London. We have a fairly sad and tragic story in the popular newspapers this morning. It's something sadness from a day of joy. There was a fun fair taking place in the northeast of England, in a town called Chester-le-Street in the county of Durham. And as part of this fun fair, the organisers had arranged for, I suppose you'd call it a bouncy castle. It was, in fact, it was an art installation, but it was pretty much like a bouncy castle. It was a great big inflatable thing that you paid a fee to walk on and to have a look around. Unfortunately, during a freak gust of wind, the device broke free from its moorings and went 120 feet into the air. And I can show you some of the headlines in the newspapers here this morning. When it went 120 feet into the air, the people who were standing on it at that time were also thrown up into the air and then fell to the ground. I'm sorry to tell you that 2 women were killed at this fun fair yesterday as a result of this. Dozens more were injured, including a 3-year-old girl who is fighting for her life this morning. Let me just open this up, Sonia, and show you inside further photos of this one. You can see the scene just of absolute mayhem here when this happened. Investigators are, of course, looking at it. The police and health and safety officials are carrying out their inquiry, but the early indication is that this was a tragic accident on what should have been a day of fun and a day of celebration.
I'm sure people are quite concerned, Declan, because these types of things occur all over the place throughout the country in the summertime, and they want to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again.
Sure, because summertime is when the circus comes to town. In the part of London I live in, we had the circus 2 weeks ago. We had a fun fair about 6 weeks before that, and you see lots of families going there with the kids. The kids want to do nothing better on a hot summer's day than go and enjoy themselves at things like that. And it's every parent's worst nightmare, isn't it, that these things which you assume are safe, and by and large, in the vast majority of cases, are perfectly safe, you just can't anticipate accidents.
All right. Well, we have very little time, but let's leave our viewers on a very light note.
Yes, something completely different. We have a strange cargo that is about to enter British waters. It is a cargo of thousands of little yellow plastic ducks. 29,000 of them fell off the back of a ship in 1992, a ship going between China and Tacoma in Washington State. A number of them have already washed up in Australia, Indonesia, and in Latin America. But some 14 years on, these ducks have now been spotted in the Gulf Stream. They're heading away from you guys, heading towards us, and they're expected to arrive in British territorial waters, well, any day now.
What a great lesson for kids about how all the oceans are connected. All right, thanks so much, Declan Curry of the BBC in London, for joining us this morning.
See you tomorrow.
We have one more note from our friends at the BBC this morning, and it sounds like something out of a sci-fi flick, a car that can drive itself. But this is no mere fantasy. Volkswagen actually has a working model, and it could be street ready in just a few years. The BBC's Tom Simons has a story.
At an old East German airfield, a vision of driving in the future, or not driving. This car can see the cones, and it's turning its own wheel to avoid them.
But that's not all, because what the computer in this car has been doing is learning the best way to drive this route. So that means it can do something pretty amazing. Seatbelts on. Well, we're doing 80 miles an hour. It's absolutely terrifying. And as you can see, the car is steering itself.
And its lap times are faster than most human drivers. Because the car knows its own limitations, it shouldn't crash. To make the intelligent car think, it's got to be able to see. This one has a rotating laser and senses the reflections from obstacles. A computer in the boot then calculates a route to avoid them, and it directly controls the steering, gears and power. But could this work on real roads, in real traffic?
You have to detect each pedestrian, you have to see all the other cars and to get an impression what they intend to do. But I think if we really push the technology very hard, in a couple of years we are in a situation to do that.
Science fiction in 2 years? Well, look at this rather stately race in the Nevada desert. Every car driving itself for 130 miles, with sometimes interesting consequences. Experts are now developing cameras capable of reading traffic lights and road signs. Next year, they'll race in a mocked-up city with traffic.
We're going to see people in driverless cars in the next 20 to 30 years. It'll free up people's time, and it'll make just people drive cars that otherwise can't drive cars, like blind people, for example.
But car companies are worried.
If there's a crash, they'll get sued. So they're introducing the technology bit by bit. This Prius can park itself. But the average human has a crash every million miles. When computers can beat that, it'll make sense to pass control from man to machine. Tom Simons, BBC News, Germany.
Wow, if you get into an accident, can you just blame the car? Good question. Well, more news coming up, and we'll talk about 3D films, the return of them in The Skinny. You're watching World News Now.
People love their hover-round power chairs.
You made me love you.
I didn't want to do it.
I didn't want to do it.
I get embarrassed when people say they love me after I show them how much fun it is to get their independence back.
I love getting out of my house again, and boy, is it easy.
You made me love you.
Hi, I'm Tom Cruise, inventor of the Hover-Round. I can't sing, but I can guarantee you'll love what you can do in your Hover-Round.
I'm amazed at the people who say they love us just because we got them their Hover-Round at little or no cost.
I love Hover-Round because it did not cost me 1 penny.
Hover-round is like riding around in an easy chair with wheels.
You made me love you, and all the time you knew it.
People just love the round design. We say it's round for a reason, so you can turn and get through the narrowest door or hallway.
I love how easy it is to maneuver.
To find out more, call this number to get your free Hover-Round information kit.
You'll also love Hover-Round's exclusive pressure release system with lumbar support, 4-inch thick foam, and Comfort Ride inner springs.
Each time you fell in love with a Hover-Round and learned how to be independent again. Call this number to get your free Hover-Round information kit, which includes a free video and a free test drive certificate. A Hover-Round mobility specialist will also do a personal evaluation to find the perfect model for you. Call today and you'll also get this special comparison guide that tells you how to choose the power chair that's right for you. There's no obligation. Call now to learn how you may get your Hover-Round for little or no cost.
You made me love you.
Call 1-800-353-6622 today to get your free Hover-Round information kit. That's 1-800-353-6622.
Got an itch? Scratching tears up skin. New Maximum Strength Lanacane penetrates skin twice as fast with maximum itch-stopping medicine, plus germ-killing antibacterial. New Lanacane stops the itch, saves your skin.
Concerned about bad breath? Listerine Pocket Packs dissolve in seconds, killing bad breath germs to freshen your breath instantly. Listerine Pocket Pack strips. Kill the germs, get instant fresh breath.
Red eye's making a bad impression. There's a Visine for that. Visine Advanced Relief soothes, refreshes, and cools with its 3 moisturizer formula. Red irritated eyes, there's a Visine for that.
Got an itch? Scratching tears up skin. New Maximum Strength Lanacane penetrates skin twice as fast with maximum itch-stopping medicine, plus germ-killing antibacterial. New Lanacane stops the itch, saves your skin.
Welcome back, everyone. As Ron gets organized here, we have something to hopefully make your Monday go a little smoother, and that is...
The Skinny! By the way, I'll never be organized, so...
Never.
Don't count on that.
Oh, well. All right. Well, we'll give you some more time. Anyway, faithful moviegoers is what we're talking about today, and they are a dying breed. Many families now prefer to watch DVDs and videos in the comfort of their own homes. But the movie industry is trying to lure them back into the theaters with an old gimmick made new with technology. And ABC's Brian Rooney has more.
You see, no ghosts!
The animated movie Monster House
The house is alive!
will be showing in a new digital 3-dimensional form. The creators of the technology say it will revolutionize movies.
I think it's as big as color and sound.
3D dredges up that 1950s image of moviegoers wearing paper glasses with those red and green lenses that gave you a headache. It never caught on. With the new digital 3D, every viewer is issued a pair of polarized glasses. That brings the image together and makes it 3-dimensional. The effect is that that snake, for instance, appears to come right out over the front rows of the theater. Don't be embarrassed. Everybody else will be wearing them, too. It works like this. Normal film runs through a single lens projector at a rate of 24 frames per second, creating lifelike motion. The new digital 3D races at 144 frames per second, projecting a double image that's blurry to the naked eye. Polarized glasses merge the two images, creating one picture with depth.
We're running the frame rate so high that your brain says, wow, this is comfortable, I'm here, I'm in it.
But director James Cameron, who made Titanic, said he plans to shoot only 3D movies from here on.
You almost feel like you could put your hands on the edge of it and step through, you know, and that's pretty cool.
Disney's Chicken Little earned more than twice as much per screen in the 84 theaters where it was shown in a 3D version.
I think that 3D is yet a new form that will, in fact, get people out of the house and say, I'm going to go because it's in 3D and I can't do that at home.
There's a dangerous creature inside that house.
The new 3D creates a picture that pulls in the viewer. And producers hope it'll also pull them into theaters. Brian Rooney, ABC News, Hollywood.
And I told you I saw Superman in the IMAX 3D.
Right.
And 20 minutes of it were in 3D, so they'd just flash a little thing when you need to put your glasses on, take them off. So I suppose if you have reading glasses and regular glasses and the 3D glasses,
you're overwhelmed.
You're overwhelmed by the glasses.
Yes.
But no, it was pretty cool, I have to say.
You know, something else we were talking about, well, we're not going to have enough time to go over it, so,
We never have enough time. There's
we're
always
talking about
tomorrow.
critics versus people. Who do you get advice from?
That's the news for this half hour.
What does it mean to be mobile? It means no limits, no must-haves or got-tos. Being mobile means having something when and where you want it. Now K2 News is mobile with K2 Podcast. From local and national news to headlines and current events. Pick the stuff you want to see. Plug in your media player, then take it with you. News that's mobile. And K2's the only local station that has it. Just click on the side of K2.com and see what life is like being mobile with K2 Podcast.
It's our red, white, and blue tag sale. Save 10, 20, up to 40% throughout the store. Carpet, tile, hardwood, area rugs, everything on sale.
Marion's has a huge selection.
And our low price guarantee. Dial 503 Carpets.
From Vancouver to Salem, K2 News has you covered with more local news bureaus than any other station. A full-time news team based in Vancouver with Bureau Chief Dan Tilkin covering more of Southwest Washington. And a full-time crew based in Salem with K2's Salem Bureau Chief Melika Johnson keeping watch on Oregon politics. More news bureaus, more stories. K2 News has you covered. For more coverage on the places you live, turn to K2 News and K2.com.
Want a fun and easy way to make a difference in a child's life? Just stop by your local Arby's and make a donation to benefit the youth in your community. We're committed to lending a helping hand, and the more hands, the better. So visit your local Arby's today and make a donation, and together we'll make a difference. It's that easy. So what are you waiting for? See you at Arby's.
Today on AM Northwest.
It's time to be your best you. We have nutrition tips for your 20s, 30s, 40s, and beyond, plus backpacking must-haves.
What's interesting with these is their hydration packs, which means... Watch today at 9.